Matthew 25:14-30, the parable of the talents. Context: Jesus tells this parable to teach about the kingdom of heaven and how we should live while waiting for his return. Matthew 25:14. For it will be like a man going on a journey who called his servants and entrusted to them his property. Explanation: the man represents Jesus, who goes to heaven but will return. The servants represent us, his followers. He gives us responsibilities while he is away. Reflection: God has trusted us with gifts, time, and opportunities. What are we doing with them? Matthew 25:15. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, to each according to his ability. Then he went away. Explanation: a talent was a large amount of money. The master gave different amounts, not unfairly, but based on each servant's ability. Reflection: God doesn't compare us with others. He knows us and gives according to our capacity. Be faithful with what you have. Matthew 25:16-17. He who had received the 5 talents went at once and traded with them, and he made 5 talents more. So also he who had the 2 talents made 2 talents more. Explanation: these 2 servants immediately used what was given to them and doubled it through effort and action. Reflection: God blesses diligence. When we use our gifts for his glory, there is growth and fruitfulness. Matthew 25:18. But he who had received the 1 talent went and dug in the ground and hid his master's money. Explanation: the 3rd servant did nothing. He was afraid or lazy and wasted the opportunity. Reflection: doing nothing with what God gave you is not safe, it is disobedience. Fear should not stop us from serving. Matthew 25:19. Now after a long time the master of those servants came and settled accounts with them. Explanation: this represents the return of Jesus. Everyone will give an account of how they lived. Reflection: Jesus will return. Are you ready to give an account of your life, your gifts, and your calling? Matthew 25:20-23. Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master. Explanation: both the 5 talent and 2 talent servants received the same reward: praise, promotion, and joy. Reflection: faithfulness, not size of results, is what God rewards. Do your best for him, and he will honor you. Matthew 25:24-25. Master, I knew you to be a hard man, so I was afraid, and I went and hid your talent in the ground. Explanation: this servant blamed the master and acted out of fear. He misunderstood the master's heart. Reflection: when we view God as harsh instead of loving, we shrink back. Knowing God rightly leads to obedience, not fear. Matthew 25:26-27. You wicked and slothful servant, you ought to have invested my money with the bankers. Explanation: the master rebukes the servant for laziness and excuses. Even minimal effort would have been better. Reflection: God doesn't accept excuses. Even if we do small things, doing something matters. Start with what you have. Matthew 25:28-29. Take the talent from him and give it to him who has the 10 talents. For to everyone who has, more will be given. Explanation: this shows a principle of the kingdom. Those who use what they have will be entrusted with more. Reflection: growth brings greater responsibility. If we're faithful with small things, God gives us more to handle. Matthew 25:30. And cast the worthless servant into the outer darkness. In that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Explanation: this shows a serious warning. The unfaithful servant is rejected, not because of failure, but because of refusal to act. Reflection: neglecting God's gift has eternal consequences. Let this motivate us to live for him faithfully and boldly. Final reflection: this parable reminds us that God gives each of us something valuable. He expects us to use it for his kingdom. When he returns, he will reward the faithful. Fear and laziness lead to loss, not safety. Are you using your gifts for God? Be faithful. Be ready. Make your life count.